other day. Allah. Does anyone remember? And what is Ibn Salah famous for? So that will give you an indication to the book. Muqaddimah Ibn Salah. And what is that book about? Allah. For the study of Ulum al-Hadith, the science of Hadith. MashaAllah. So Ibn Salah, he reported the ijma', right? That it is not permissible to follow other than the four imams, meaning Abu Hanifa, Malik, Ash-Shafi'i, and Ahmed. So who's reporting this ijma'? Ibn Salah, great scholar in Hadith, that all the scholars of Hadith after him commented and used his work as a foundational basis to talk about the knowledge of Hadith. So this is not anyone who's talking about this issue. This is a top leading scholar in the field of Hadith, as also he was a faqih in the Shafi'i fiqh. Now,
Ibn Salah reports that there is scholarly consensus on it being unlawful to follow rulings from schools other than those of the four imams, meaning in one's personal works, let alone give court verdicts on formal legal opinions to people from them, because of the
one's practical works, fil amal, in one's own works, you cannot follow other than the four schools. And definitely you can't give court judgments or fatwas according to the other schools. Here, when you come, today we have many people who follow long dead schools and, deviant opinions from scholars of the past. They pick a scholar from here and pick opinion from here. One should take in this consideration what Ibn Salah mentioned, that there's consensus that there's not permissible. Now,
because of the untrustworthiness of the ascription of such rulings to the scholars who reportedly gave them, there being no channels of transmission which obviate the possibility of textual corruption and spurious substitutions.
Which is not, those opinions, you don't have living people who follow those scholars with an unbroken chain back to the scholars. So you don't have, most of these things are taken from books alone. And the ascription to those imams and their positions don't have details like the four schools. So even if you have a position of the imam, you have no followers who carried that out from generation to generation, nor those who have checked that ascription to the imam, nor those who have given details or conditions or exceptions to that ruling. So one cannot consider that ruling absolute. Now,
the Zaydis, for example, who trace themselves to Zayd ibn Ali ibn Hussein, as per the narrator, son of Ali and Fatima, the beatitude of Allah Ta'ala be upon them, despite the fact that Zayd was one of the imams of the religion and a renowned figure well qualified to give guidance to those seeking it. His followers identify him with extreme permissiveness on many questions, ascriptions based on failure to check as to what his positions actually were, as per the translator, by naming the intermediate transmitters and establishing their reliability.
I remember Sheikh Samir one time was talking about Al-Ja'fariyah, and he mentioned the book that they narrate positions from Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, which is the Shia. He said, and those narrators that they mentioned were all considered by Ja'far al-Sadiq as liars. Subhanallah. Yet they write in their book from so-and-so, from so-and-so, from so-and-so. Sheikh said all of those from so-and-so and so-and-so were considered to Imam Ja'far to be liars.
It is quite otherwise with the four schools, whose imams, Allah Ta'ala reward them, have spent themselves in checking the positions of their schools, explaining what could be rigorously authenticated as the position of the person it was attributed to, and what could not be.
And here, this is a whole nother field of study. that when you have the position of the school, which you learn first, and then when you learn the details of the evidence that support those positions, you'll get to see the vast body of scholarly work within each school. And, even seeing from generation to generation the specialization that was put into each Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, each aspect of deriving legal rulings, from Arabic language, from knowledge of the Quran, knowledge of the Hadith, knowledge of Usul al-Fiqh, knowledge of history, all of that playing a role into establishing a school. Now,
Their scholars have thus achieved safety from textual corruption and have been able to discern the genuine from the poorly authenticated. Buraya el.
don't worry about that.
Thank you.
That's a book of fatwa by many scholars in Hadramaut that they put all of these fatwa. It's books of fatwas. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. So we covered that issue. I want to open it up for any questions related to what we covered.